Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to be sharing this video with you guys because I really want to give you guys an update on season 3 of From and basically talk about the relationship of Marielle and Kristi as they are a couple. So let's get right into it.
Hey, baby. Okay. Wait, just get some rest, yeah.
So basically, if you guys are not watching the show is called From season 3. Kristi and Marielle relationship faces new challenges as one of them are trying to recover from everything that she went through, in this case Marielle, but also at the same time they have to figure out how to handle everything that's actually happening in the city. So if you guys don't know, this one is actually a very popular show that have been getting a lot of love. And yes, Kristi and Marielle, in this case, they are a lesbian couple, and both of them are actually doctors. In this case, they work in a medical field. One is a doctor and one is a nurse. So if you guys don't know, it's actually a horror. It follows the residents of a small town struggle to find a way out when mysterious unknown forces to keep them from leaving. The couple Kristi and Marcel get a lot of camera time during season 2, and to be honest, during season 3 I had very high expectations for them, especially the way things between them ended in season 2, because like I said, during season 2 they got a lot of camera time and we can really see how their relationship was developing and how things just went from A to B. So yeah, so when it came to season 3, to be honest, at the beginning I was like, okay, in this case Marielle, you can see that she have definitely overcome her addiction. She's doing better. She started to perform again as a nurse in a medical field, in this case helping Kristi, because Kristi can handle all the patients by herself, and also being a very support system towards one another, because at the end of the day they are all what each other got. So basically, Marielle, you can see that, at the beginning, she was still facing her challenges, overcoming the fact that she was possessed during season 2, but she could heal and recover from that physically, but you can see that mentally she's still very affected about it. And of course, in this case, Kristi is very worried that she will relapse and she will fall back in her old ways, by, using substance to help her cope with everything that she goes through. But also at the same time, Kristi, during season 3, she goes through a very difficult moment because one of her closest friends, one of her best friends, actually end up losing their mother due to the chaos that's going on in the town. And of course, when Kristi found out about that news, it really broke her and made her feel a type of way, because she was just trying to be the best friend she could be to her best friend, to help him recover, from losing his mom. And at the end of the day, she's also a doctor, so she knows how hard that is to also tell that to, in this case, to her friend. So after she being there for her friend basically, he went through his moment of grieving, and they kind of sort of moved forward from it. But then Kristi got into an accident, and she actually, basically ends up injuring her foot. And of course, Marielle, in this case, she was there taking care of her, making sure she was straight. But one thing I have to say is that we can really see the couple interacting a lot with one another. I feel like during season 3, it's basically about them being more there for other people than them being there as a couple. I feel like during season 2, we could see them connect more on a romantic level. I feel like in season 3, everything is more based on medicine and them actually performing their duties and making sure that everybody that gets hurt in the city, find a way to save their lives. But also, Marielle, one thing I wanted to say is that I really like the fact that, the writers have decided to give her more camera time, because I feel like last season it was everything mostly based all around Kristi, and her relationship. But this time she actually has her own role that also means a lot. And you can also see that Marielle actually ends up finding out that one of the people that's also living in a town is pregnant, but she doesn't have a normal pregnancy. So now, she's just acting unusual. The people actually end up finding out that her pregnancy is a possessed pregnancy, and it, is a pregnancy of evilness in this case. And of course, in this case, Kristi just is very worried about Marielle because, like I said, they don't want her to fall back into her old ways. And there's also a guy that went through what she went through, and he's also trying to tell Marielle, hey, why do you act like everything was okay? Why do you act like you wasn't like there, in that position of being possessed? And Marielle basically just told him like, I know where I've been, but I'm moving forward, and you should do the same. And now right now she's just being a doctor, being Christine's right hand, and being her partner as well. And yes, season 3 actually has 10 episodes, but if you guys are looking for an intense romance between the two ladies being together, being in love, that's not gonna happen. Like I said 1,000 times already on this video, season 3 is mostly about them working and overcoming what they went through in season 2. Did have high expectations on them actually being a couple, being in love, seeing them more romantic towards one another, seeing them more just doing more couple-ish things with one another. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. And it was a hard pill to swallow, but I ended up swallowing it. But I also understand the fact that in this case, Marielle, she said a way better space mentally. That's also a very positive things to look forward. You can see that Kristi during season 3, she's actually having a hard time, especially with the passing of her best friend's mother. And not only that, you can see that, she wants Marielle to be good, but as also at the same time, she's also exhausted. She's also facing things in the city that she's exhausted about. But she can't give up because she's the only doctor in the city, and she knows that everybody relies on her. So she always has to be good, regardless if she isn't good, she has to be good, because everybody expects her to always do her duties, and she always does it. But, it gets to a point that you get tired, you get exhausted, like every day is a new thing. And like she can get a break, she can get a breather, So it's also a lot on Kristi. But also Marielle, she always finds a way to be there for Kristi, especially when Kristi went through her injury. Of course, Marielle stepped in and told her, hey, you don't have to worry about work, you don't have to worry about basically the hospital in this case. I will take care of it, you rest, you recover, don't worry, I got you. So that also showed a lot of companionship between the two. That also showed that regardless of the differences of or even the relationship not being at the best moment currently, that they are still finding a way to figure out things between them. So yeah, when it comes to camera time, like I already said, it wasn't a disappointment because I feel like individually, as individual characters, they got a pretty good amount of camera time for all of them. But as a couple, as a union, as a relationship, as a lesbian relationship, I really had higher expectations for them. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But I would say highly, highly recommend watching from season 3. And if you guys really want to follow the storyline, I would highly recommend watching it from season 1 because, they have actually a very consistent, relationship storyline throughout season 1 to season 2. It's just in season 3, the writers, I see in the direction they went. They wanted to create more individual characters instead of a couple's characters union, Hopefully that makes sense by saying that. So yes guys, that's basically it. Very short, very direct. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And I also want to say thank you so much for all the love and all the support. And I also want to say that I've activated the super stickers to the channel just in case any of you would like to make a small donation. Until the next video, and goodbye.